Hi, hello, assalamualaikum, and hi guys. Today I'm gonna talk about my Aedes application that we have done as a team from group 1. First and foremost, let me introduce the project members. They are PHUAH YONG, me myself Muhammad Thaqif, FATIMAH binti Mustafa KAMAL, and NAZRIN AMIRUL. So let's begin. So when you begin launching this application, this is the main menu. So let's get started. So basically this is the main menu. You have to log in. The reason why we made the login is because of the vector officer, that they have to log in into the system to ensure that only the vector officer, only the personnel, authorized personnel can enter the application. So when you enter the application, you enter your username and password. As you can see, the application will display the information to double check with you either you're the right person to log in. So when you go to the main menu, there's basically 4 menus that we have created. First is the issue notice, which is the vector officer can issue a notice to the premise owner. Secondly is the education. Education is for the to the vector officer to give to the premise owner about Aedes education, about how to prevent potential breeding. Thirdly is the instruction step, which is basically our main idea, that when we create this is to teach or educate the vector officer in case they've forgotten their inspection steps, or maybe they are new to the vector unit, so they can refer their procedure to this menu. And premise record, which is basically the vector officer can view the premise record of a premise. Okay, let's begin. I will start from issue notice. So when the vector officer click the issue notice, they can choose either create notice or view issue notice. View issue notice is like just a template, just to double check. Okay, create notice is when the vector officer wants to issue a notice. So we have 2 choices, which is notice section 5 bracket 3 and notice of inspection. So let's say if the vector officer chooses the notice section 5, so this is the template for the notice. So this is the form. Okay, so that the vector officer needs to enter the information about the premise owner. So when you submit, this is the form that they can either so this is the form. Okay, so they can either print it or transfer it via email, give the premise owner the issue notice. So notice of inspection is this one, the template. So basically the vector officer needs to enter all the details. So for the signature, we design a digital signature so that the premise owner can sign, and also the inspector, the vector officer. So this will be the outcome of the form. This can also be issued by printout or even email. So that's about it for issue notice. For education, is that there's a video about vector education. So you can play the video, and there's a few tips that, or reminder, that we can do for the premise owner can do. Okay, so for inspection steps, there are few flow of events. So basically, for example, if the vector officer forgot that, what should they do if resident is not available? So they should like put the notice for in case they have a resident and they inspect, the resident does not give information, or they can call the police, so that because it's obstruction of their work. For if the residents give permission to enter their premise, the application will ask if there any breeding site, is there yes, no, or potential. So basically the vector officer needs to choose which one. As you can see, there are different steps depending on the flow of events. So this one can help the vector officer in case they have forgotten the procedure. So lastly, the last menu is the premise record. In case that a new household, the vector unit doesn't have a record, the vector officer can create a new premise record. So this is example. The vector officer needs to enter all this detail to create a record. This record will be saved at the vector database. For view premise record, the vector officer can enter address, city, and postcode, the address of the premise, and it will display their information, past information. For example, they have a breeding site, when, where, right? So that's about it. That's about my Aedes application that we have done from group 1. Thank you. Thanks for hearing. Bye.